Alright, so I don't really make YouTube videos. I've never made one. I think there was one on a different account, but I found this video so amusing that when you said that we as YouTube in general should make you a video response or give you a comment on a time when you passed out, I figured, what the hell, I'll do it. So, um, years ago, I lived in this monstrosity of a house. I mean, the thing was literally huge, but my best friend had lived about a block down the street, and my mom had went out. Her parents were out. They were actually out together, and she'd called me and she said, I'm babysitting my nephew. Your house is big. You have more room to play. Can me and him come down and hang out? I mean, you could watch movies. He could play with Power Rangers. Something. I was like, that's fine. I'm kind of bored home alone. The house scared me. That was a plus. So she comes over, and obviously when you're a little kid you want to roughhouse, you want to play around, you don't want to leave your elders alone because you're just kind of annoying when you're little. So he had asked if we can wrestle, and my best friend, being the genius she is, had egged me on. She was like, come on, it's fun, you like to wrestle, you like to play around, but let's just set up something, we could do something. So I kind of figured, I was like, well, what's the most you can do with a 6 or 7 year old? Like throw him to the floor and tickle him. So I was like, whatever. I went into the dining room. I set up a little area where we can mess around. Now, in my dining room at the time, there's a lip on the floor that was like a little step into the kitchen. It went from carpet to tile, and it was literally a step. Like you had to be careful. And what ended up happening was about 10 minutes into wrestling, my friend was standing over her nephew, not bent over. She was like standing up, talking to him, and the whole "I'm gonna get you" thing. And I thought it would be brilliant to run at her and jump on her back, except it didn't play out the way I wanted it to. I started full force sprinting at her, and when I jumped, but mid in the air jump, she bent down to tickle her nephew, and I went flying over her back, and I ended up face planting. Like my chest and my face just slid and face planted the tile in my kitchen. And of course, I blacked out. I passed out. And when I came to, when I woke up, I was in my living room on the floor on my back, and I had her nephew and herself standing over me. My best friend being the closest one to me, she was about, I don't know, 10, 15 centimeters away from my face, and she had said, she's like, I was getting ready to do CPR, are you okay? And I was like, I didn't stop breathing, pretty sure, but I guess I'm perfectly fine. So about an hour later, you know, her nephew's parents came, picked him up. He was gone. My mom had come home. Her parents had come home, and they all, we all came to my house, and I was explaining. Well, she was explaining what had happened in what she saw, just that I face planted and passed out. And my mom was like, how did that even occur? How did you end up on the kitchen floor? What did you do? And I explained the story, and they, on top of laughing for several minutes, making fun of me, of course, I guess that's love, um, they had gave me the nickname Flying Squirrel, however that fits, and they just, it was an ongoing joke for a very long time, and I mean, to this day, if I were to call my best friend, I'd be like, remember this time, and she'd probably laugh hysterically because she had no idea what was going on until I explained it, and even when I explained it, she was like, you are really slow sometimes, and I was like, if you didn't do stupid things, you would just be a boring human being. So, that is my video response to you, and quite frankly, once again, I absolutely loved your videos, and another one of my personal favorites was the one you made about the worst date you've ever had. Um, I honestly, there's no words for that, it's just speechless. But I'm going to end this video. I've never really ended a video, so I'm just going to click the end button, and whenever you see this, you see it. Alright, goodbye.